Hello and welcome back to another daily update of the Utah market and just kind of see what's going on with the real estate here in Utah. So let's dive into the kind of stats. We did jump up a little bit. So today is Friday, October 10th, and we did have a little bit of an increase in the amount of homes that usually happens, that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We usually get a little bit more of the homes that come on the market as people get ready for open houses on the weekend. And then we usually see things go under contract over the weekend a lot of times. And so, not necessarily is that always the case with every home, but that is a trend that does happen. So, 730, we did pop up just a little bit there. And then we had 514 homes come available on the market in the last 2 days. And so, as the last yesterday, just yesterday, we had 297. And that does include the 15 homes that are put on the market as of this morning. It's like 9 o'clock a.m. in the morning here on Friday. The homes that went under contract in the backup status, so those are homes that went under contract, and they are 233. Those are the last couple days that we've had. So we had a 233 go under contract with 128 being either like withdrawn, expired, canceled. So we having a few of those, kind of step away from the market. Variety of reasons that could be, I'm sure. This one, obviously, October, we still are not in the final numbers of everything, but it's kind of fun to kind of watch this trend and kind of see what's happening. The median home prices were at 512. We did come, I think it was down a little bit from there. So anyway, we're kind of being steady with last month, but the price per square foot has come down just a little bit. But granted, we have such a small number that it's not really completely accurate just yet. But I did want to show as well. I talked about last time the average versus the median. This is the average list price and the average sold price. How many sales we've had as of the last month. So these are the last like 30 days, really. And average days on market is 65. I think we've come up just a little bit there as far as how many days on market homes are staying, but just barely. And let's look at this. This is always something I've shown this before, but I wanted to show it again today. Is just the amount. So the blue is this year and the black is last year. It's interesting to see that the blue this year, we have less under contract, but we have than last year compared to last year, but we have more in backup status. So both of these numbers, they are homes that are under contract. One is under contract and they have a buyer and hopefully they just go move forward to closing. This backup is where they're under contract, but they are looking for a backup offer. They're looking for somebody to be able to come in and they don't know if the buyer's going to back out due to due diligence reasons or whatever it may be, but they do want a backup to be in place just in case somebody does the buyer does fall through. So we've got more in that backup status than previous last year. Anyway, so that's just kind of something to look at. I've always been fascinated with that kind of year over year. What's kind of going on? What are the trends? I did want to look at this one as well. This is the total number of sold homes. And so this green line, if you can look at the green line is 2021, we've got the red line 2022, yellow then is 2023, last year is orange, and this year is the purple, kind of bluish. And so it's obviously green that 2021 was an outlier. That was, so many homes were being sold at that time, at 4,000 compared to more in the 3,000s that we're at. So it's been interesting to kind of watch that as we did also the red. That's when the interest rates started coming up over those months. And then we saw a huge drop and then kind of really dropped down. Orange and yellow, then kind of things are, 2023, 2024. 2024, we had a few more sales during that October, November, December. So it'll be interesting to see over the next, few months, what really is happening. Are we going to see a trend like last year where we see a few more homes be sold during that October, November, December months? Or are we going to kind of see the typical dip that would kind of drop a little bit more during October, November, December? Usually January is the lowest month just because in December, when homes go under contract in December, they close in January. Usually 30 days is very typical for an average under contract when they get through their loan and everything else, that whole loan process. And so looking at that, I will, it's always January is usually the lowest month because of the holidays and because December is usually the slowest month, but they close in January. So that's kind of where we see where we see that happening. But let's look at the mortgage rates. So we are looking at the historic. We're just kind of looking at daily, what's been going on. We don't have things numbers as of yet today. We did see a little drop on the 8th, but then it just came back up to the 6.38. So staying very steady within that 6.3 over the last really week or so. Since the 18th, we've kind of stayed steady in there. And so yeah, anyway, it's kind of nice to see a little bit of just steadiness instead of just continual, where things have been volatile. Where the steady's nice, but I would like to see the steady just underneath at least 6%. So it'd be nice if over the next few months we kind of see a little dip. I don't know what's going to happen. I wish I had a crystal ball. It'd be great to be able to have that and know what's going to happen with everything. But anyway, this is where we're at. This is the trends that are happening. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I try to keep these short, just kind of right to the point. If you want to know what I do with this data and how I use it for my clients, for example, let's take the active homes that have come on the market. I'll hit the view results. I'll look at those homes that will pop up. Let's see if I've got so many things open, and that's um, I might need to just refresh the screen here. I'll show that another time, kind of show you what I do. I've had these screens open for a little bit, so I might just need a refresh. Never mind, we'll show you what I do on another day. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and we'll talk to you later. Have a great day.